Coming up this Saturday on Sportsnet, it's the Rivalry Rematch between Canada and the USA. You can see it on Sportsnet 1 and Sportsnet Now at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 Pacific. Here to discuss this game, we have founding board member, the PWHPA, Clarkson Cup champ, Liz Knox. Liz, thanks for joining us. The branding around this game, pretty brilliant. They're calling it From Beijing to the Berg. Has a little bit of a Thrilla in Manila type vibe to it to me. Now, I mean, this game could be a little bit rough. There could be some animosity. We're barely 3 weeks away from the gold medal game. How do you see both of these teams heading into this one?
Yeah, well, I've talked to girls on both sides of the ice kind of thing, and everyone says the same thing. I mean, it's Canada-US, and they get up for that game. Jill Saunier was on our podcast earlier this week, and she basically said, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning. I could be dead asleep and you could say Canada, US, and I'd be up and ready to go. So I'd expect nothing less. I know that the rivalry is still very much alive. Obviously girls coming off a very, proud Olympics for both teams. But once you get on the ice, it's just like that fire is lit again. So I'm excited to see what they can bring to Pittsburgh.
And while there'll be battles on the ice, I mean, at the end of the day, both teams are united through the PWHPA and the search for their own hockey league. Now, Liz, you're a good person to ask this question too, because you've been through the lows, through the CWHL and through that collapse, and you've watched the PWHPA grow. I mean, this is 3 stops in a row: Ottawa, Washington, Pittsburgh, 3 NHL cities. From where I'm sitting, this feels like a lot of momentum. How do you see it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the board and the players at large, we're just really excited. We're really excited. Washington was a fantastic host last weekend, Ottawa the weekend before. And I think it's just exciting for us to see, the NHL on the men's side, investing a little bit more as of recent. And like I said, it just creates a really professional environment for us to walk into. And we're hoping just to keep that momentum rolling. And I know that Pittsburgh's going to be no exception, but I'd have to agree with you. I mean, it's an exciting time, and our girls are really proud to be a part of it.
And right now, the women's game is sort of operating with 2 separate entities. As you know, the PWHPA and the PHF. There are former Canadian team members on both sides who support. Some want the leagues to come together. Some think they may be healthiest apart and sort of competing against each other. How do you see it in terms of the overall health of the women's game? What needs to happen here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that in terms of us, bridging together, I mean, that's a discussion, I think a little bit further down the way. But at the end of the day, the PHF creates an opportunity for women to play after college, and the PWHPA has done the same. I think the narrative that we only deserve one league is actually quite detrimental to our progress, because, I grew up and I played college hockey with a bunch of guys that played OHL and then went on and played youth sport with me. And they have, a dozen options to play after college and make some money. So I don't see any opportunity as a bad one. And I mean, in terms of the PWHPA, we're just focused on, really trying to reach that pinnacle league that, frankly, we just quite haven't seen in women's hockey yet. And, we encourage and wish the PHF continued success as well.
Well, it's going to be a wild Saturday in Pittsburgh. The rivalry rematch between Canada and the USA. Reminder, you can see it on Sportsnet 1 and Sportsnet Now at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Liz, good Stouffville, Ontario native. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.